My name is Rachel Zingerman. I'm 18 years old and I'm from New Jersey. I have two older brothers named Anthony and Chris, and two of the most incredible parents in the world named Kathy and Neil. I play softball all year round and got offered a scholarship to play at University of Rhode Island. I am currently a senior in high school and have a lot of really amazing friends, but there is more to me. My life has been an emotional roller coaster that has helped shape me to be the person that I am today. I have had incredible times in my life, but I also have hit rock bottom. Today, I would like to share one of the most tragic moments that has ever happened to me. This event started on Friday the 13th in 2013. On this day, my mom and dad came into my room and said the words that changed my life forever. My dad said, "I have cancer." As a 13-year-old, I didn't really understand what that meant, but by the way my dad was reacting, I knew it wasn't good. I started bawling because my dad was my best friend, my coach, and my sunshine. My mom then started to cry and said the doctor gave him a few months to live. This is something that no child should ever hear, but for some reason, I had to hear it. 4 months after hearing this tragic news, my dad called me into his room where he laid. He began to cry and said, "I am not doing well, but I am fighting for you and for this family. My only goal is to walk you down the aisle." After hearing this, I fell to the floor and started to cry hysterically. I would yell to God, "Why me? Why do you have to take my dad from me?" During this hard time in my dad's life, he turned to God. Every day when he woke up, he would go outside, take a deep breath, and stare up to the sun. He always told me that God was behind the sunshine, smiling down and watching over us. He believed that the sun was heaven. One random day in November, my dad walked into my room and handed me a rose and said, "God cured me today. I am cancer-free." The doctors gave my dad 2 months to live, but here he is 2 years later telling me that he's going to be okay. At that moment in my life, I could see clearly again. My family would be whole once again, and my sunshine was finally out of pain. Every morning after that, I would catch my dad outside, staring up at the sun, just saying thank you to God. One day when I walked out to stand with him, he hugged me and says, "Do you feel the warmth of that sun today? That's God telling us that we are all going to be okay." January 25th, 2016, my life changed for the worse. I remember seeing the flashing lights outside of my window, and as I peeked through my door, I see my dad getting pushed away on a stretcher. When I finally went out of my room, I saw a broken vase on the floor, and next to it laid a rose. When we got to the hospital, we found out my dad's intestine had a hole in it from the chemo and radiation. 2 long days in the hospital go by, and I remember hearing an alarm go off in the waiting room. The doctors all ran to my dad's room and resuscitated him back to life. He was alive again, but he couldn't say anything and could barely move. I then got to go inside and talk to my dad for the last time. I remember saying, "Please don't leave me. I need you to walk me down the aisle." My dad started crying and I gave him one last hug. I then went back into the waiting room with my family, and the doctor came back and gave us the news: "Your dad passed away." Growing up, my dad's nickname was Sunshine. He was the light on all the dark days. He inspired tons of people by just being himself. He was always happy, energetic, smiley, and just insane. He always went out of his way to help others and make sure everyone else was okay. If you were having a bad day, he would be the one to comfort you or tell you a joke. My brothers and I really admire this about my dad and always tried to mimic him. On January 27, 2016, my life changed forever. My father passed away due to pancreatic cancer. This was a very challenging time for my family and I. I felt alone, broken, hopeless, and depressed. I was a freshman, so I had no friends to turn to, and I was just mad at the world. I blocked everything and everyone out of my life. I lost my best friend, my coach, my teacher, my role model, and my sunshine. After a month of blocking everything out, I sat down and really thought about where my life is going. I could shut down and take the wrong path, but that is not what my father would have wanted. Instead of dwelling on the fact, I decided to live my father's life through mine. I decided to be Sunshine Rose and to step up and help others who are going through the same thing as me. I decided to keep fighting for my dreams and stay bold in the process. I still have bad days, but whenever I have those kind of days, I just think about all the amazing memories with my dad, whether it be playing softball, pranking people, or playing sports trivia in the hot tub. My dad was the best role model I could have ever asked for, and I'm blessed to call him my sunshine. I'm telling you this story because I want everyone to know that they are not alone. It is okay to not be okay, but it is not okay to think that you have no one to turn to. Nobody should go through something tragic in their life alone. Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on, whether that be family, friends, or a stranger through a phone. I want to be able to help others get through similar situations to mine, and I want to restore the sunshine in someone's life like my dad did to many people around the world. Everything happens for a reason. Everything and everyone has a purpose in this world. The challenging part is figuring out your purpose. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Remember that you are never alone. You are loved. And just remember to keep shining your light.